Hello, welcome to my English channel. In this video, I'll be telling you one of the most well-known Indonesian legends. It's called the Legend of Lake Toba. Lake Toba is one of the largest lakes in Indonesia. However, it turns out that behind the beauty of Lake Toba in North Sumatra, there is a mystical story which I'm going to tell you in a sec. Right, let's do it. Once upon a time, there was a farmer named Toba. He worked on his farmland to grow rice and vegetables. One day, he wanted to catch some fish. He was very surprised when he got a big fish, a goldfish. He went home and put the fish in his kitchen. He planned to cook it for his dinner. He put the fish in a basket. Then he realized that he didn't have any woods for his fireplace. So he went out to look for some woods. After getting some woods, he went back home, but to his surprise, the fish basket was empty. He searched for the fish everywhere, but he couldn't find it. When he stepped into his room, he was so shocked to see a beautiful girl with long hair in his room and wondered who she was. She said that she was the incarnation of the fish. She asked Toba to keep it as a secret. Toba promised her not to tell it to anyone with one condition, that she would marry him. Finally, they got married, and soon his wife got pregnant. Then the baby was born. They named him Samosir. Unfortunately, Samosir grew up to be a lazy and naughty boy. He didn't want to help his father on the farm. All he wanted to do is just play and play. When Toba worked on his farm, his wife always brought him some lunch. He was lucky to have such a beautiful, caring wife. Toba liked his wife's cooking. For him, it was the best. He was very pleased to see his wife bringing his lunch at lunchtime. One day, Toba's wife asked her son Samosir to bring lunch to his father, who was working on the farm. At first, Samosir refused it. He wanted to play with his friends, but finally, he obeyed his mother. On the way to the farm, Samosir met his friends. Then they played together. Samosir was playing so happily with his friends that finally he felt tired and hungry. Then he ate all his father's lunch and left nothing for his father. Meanwhile, Toba was working on the farm. He was tired and he felt hungry. He was waiting for the lunch. Toba was waiting, and finally, from a distance, he saw Samosir bringing his lunchbox. He gave the empty lunchbox to his father. Toba was furious and slapped Samosir on his cheek and shouted at him, "You, a fish kid, you're so greedy and useless. How dare you! You have eaten all your father's lunch. You and your mother are just the same. You are both fish," said Toba angrily. Toba kept scolding Samosir. He couldn't figure out how come Samosir had eaten up the lunch that was supposed to be for his father. Meanwhile, Samosir cried and cried. He ran towards his mother. He asked his mom why father called him a fish kid. Toba's wife was really upset that Toba broke his promise. Then she told Samosir to climb up the highest tree because there's gonna be a great disaster. Toba had broken his promise, so he had to pay for it. Samosir quickly ran away and climbed up the highest tree as his mother told him to do so. Suddenly, there was a thunder followed by a lightning and a heavy rain. Toba's wife turned into a fish again. The water got higher and higher, and soon there was a huge flood. Toba's wife, who had become a fish, then disappeared. Toba, who was still working on his farm, got shocked by the disaster. He couldn't save himself. Finally, he was drowned. The village was sunk and became a huge lake. This lake is named after Toba's name, that is Lake Toba. Samosir also died. His body became a small island which is now called Samosir Island. That's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.